Today, I'm gonna be letting MLB The Show decide how the 2026 season plays out. So yeah, it should definitely be pretty interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, the LA Dodgers are by far the World Series favorites for this season, but anyways, I am also gonna showcase the best teams in the MLB, and one of those teams is obviously the Atlanta Braves, who have an absolutely loaded lineup. And honestly, if the Dodgers can't win the National League, I think Atlanta is probably going to be the team to do it. And in their first game of the season, they're going to be taking on the Royals. And I thought Atlanta was going to get off to a very hot start here, but that has not been the case. We're losing 3-0 in the third inning right now. We do have Acuna on deck, so I'm hoping we can at least get on base with Baldwin here. Like, again, we're obviously running out of time here, so if we're going to rally, now would definitely be a good time to do it. I think we just popped it up with Baldwin, though. That's not going anywhere. So unfortunately, we could not get anybody on base for Acuna, but it's cool. I mean, a solo home run still puts us on the board. I don't know why I'm thinking this guy's gonna hit a bomb. He actually might have too. That thing is crushed. It's caught on the warning track, though. Oh, dude. This has really just not been a good game for Atlanta. I think we do have 7 hits. Damn, I did not think we had that many hits, to be honest with you, considering the score. But there we go. Olsen's gonna pop one out of here, so that will finally be the Braves' first run of the game. So we are back into it, but we're still losing 3-1. And again, there's not a lot of time to work with. Like, the Braves only have 7 outs to work with right now. That could drop. Is it going to? That might be off the wall. It's not. It's going to be caught on the warning track. So we're only going to get the 1 run. And unfortunately, that was all we were able to do. Atlanta's going to end up losing this game 3-1. So that's not the start that I was hoping for out of Atlanta, but I will say that was one hell of a game from the Royals. But anyways, that's going to bring us to the next team on our list, and that team is the New York Yankees. And I simmed halfway through May to see how they were holding up. And New York's been very good. They're 32-15 on the year right now. So at the moment, they have 5 games over the Red Sox for the division. So that's a pretty solid lead right now. And in their next series, they're going to be taking on the Blue Jays, who are currently 21-25. I'm starting to think I might be low-key cursed here, though, because the same thing that happened to Atlanta when I used them is happening to the Yankees. I simmed to the 8th inning, and it is 6-0 for the Blue Jays right now. And we're in the 8th inning as well. So we're gonna have to mount together one hell of a comeback if we want to pull this off. And Gosman is still in the game right now for... Oh, we're gonna get hit. I was gonna say, for starters, I'd like to take him out. And then another thing I'm trying to do is work my way up to Aaron Judge, who is on deck right now. So it would be nice if Rice can find a way to get on base so we can have 2... Oh, there we go. That's gonna be our second home run of the video. I think both of our hits that weren't pop-ups have gone for home runs so far. So we're looking good. That's going to put New York... I can't even say that's going to put them back in this game. But we're at least on the board. It's 6-2 now. But clearly... Oh, dude, we did it. Finally. Okay, Gosman's out. But as I was about to say, we clearly still have a lot of work to do if we want to mount a comeback here. I'm hoping Aaron Judge can find a way to pop one out. We all know what this guy's capable of. So if Judge gets a good pitch here, it could be a 3-run deficit very quickly. We already have 2 strikes in the count, though. So I gotta be careful here, but I did work it back to 2-2. So if we get another ball, it's a full count. I'll take that all the way. So it's honestly starting to look like Judge might get walked here, and that's what's gonna happen. They did not want to pitch to us. I can't say I blame him, though. If I was Garcia, I wouldn't want to pitch to Aaron Judge either, but Stanton struck out after that. So there is 1 down for Jazz Chisholm. That was an awful pitch to go after. That one looks good, though. Oh, that might drop, too. That should at least be a double. I don't think we're going to be able to send Judge home, but we have 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. So we actually have a pretty decent chance to pull off a crazy comeback against the Blue Jays, and that is at least scoring 1. I think we're going to be able to score 2. Chisholm's going to get there easily, so Grisham's going to make it a 2-run deficit.
A few moments later.
But either way, none of that mattered because the Blue Jays ended up scoring 8 runs in the top of the 9th inning. So the Yankees are going to end up losing 14-4 in this one. That is a very embarrassing loss. But after that, I went ahead and simmed a little bit past mid-season to see how things were playing out. And the last team that I'm going to use before we head to the playoffs Sox is a team that's actually been very surprising in the game and in real life this season, and that team is the White Sox, who had an awful year last year and the year before, but they've really turned it around. They're above 500 at 54-48 right now, at least in the game. They are 3 games above 500 in real life at the time of recording this. I'm pretty sure they are winning their division as well, but right now they're not doing that. They are 1 game behind Detroit, but either way, if we can put some wins together, we should be able to overtake them. In our next series, we're going to be taking on the Astros, who are 49-55. I don't know what's going on though. Like, every time I hop into a game, we just get cooked. I didn't even play. I just simmed the whole time, but we're going to end up losing game 1 27-11. That is ridiculous. I'm hoping we can win game 2. It looks like game 2 really wasn't much better either. I think this game hates me. Like, I genuinely am starting to feel like I'm cursing this video. We lost 14-7, so the Astros lead the series 2-0. It looks like game 3 is actually decently playing out for us. Finally, we're not winning or anything, but we're all tied up at 2 right now, so hopefully we don't end up losing this one, because you know, it would be nice to finally win a game in this video, but I guess we'll see if Montgomery can do something for us here. That's a good pitch to go after, but I don't think it's... Oh, that actually might keep carrying. That is a home run from Montgomery. So just like that, it looks like the White Sox are going to take the lead. We're not up by much, but I will take a lead happily. I think that's my first lead of the video, actually. So I'm definitely happy about that. And there's still nobody out in the inning. No way. I was going to say never mind, but we actually might make it to first. We were so close. And unfortunately, after that, we did pop up as well. So it looks like there's 2 down for Austin Hayes now. He's kind of our last hope to try and keep this inning going. I'm hoping for at least a base hit or something, and I think that should drop. It's not going to. So we're only going to get the 1 run in this inning. On the bright side, though, after that, we did score 2 more runs in this game. So we have a 5-2 lead in the 9th inning, and it looks like Houston is down to their final out. So I'm gonna try and sit down Correa here. That's gonna be strike 1. See if he'll chase a fastball down low. If he goes after this one, he's gonna be down to his final strike. He didn't even chase that one. I'm gonna try and end it off with another fastball up high and see if that will do it. And he is gonna swing and miss. So that is finally gonna be my first usered win of the video, which the White Sox definitely needed. They're gonna avoid getting swept by the Astros, but now it's time to sim to the playoffs and see what happens to end off the year. And to end off the season, in the American League, the Jays are gonna win their division, the Royals are gonna win their division. The White Sox did not make the playoffs. They kind of fell off a bit. They were only 2 games below 500 though, which is a huge upgrade from last year. And then it looks like the Rangers also won their division. And for the wildcard teams, we have Yankees, Mariners, and Rays. And then in the National League, the Braves won their division, the Cubs won their division, and no surprise, the Dodgers won their division, and they were the best team in baseball. They're actually very close to being the Cubs win record as well. They had 114 wins, which is crazy. But for the National League wildcard teams, we got the Phillies, Reds, and Pirates. And then looking at the playoff bracket right now, I think the most intriguing wildcard round is probably Pirates versus Cubs. And it looks like the Cubs did destroy Pittsburgh in game 1, so they have a chance to knock out the Pirates right here. And it looks like it has been a pretty interesting game. It was 9-2 at one point, but the Pirates have kind of came back a little bit. It's 9-6 now. So there's 2 down in the 8th inning. It would be nice to try and get a little bit more insurance here. We do have a runner on for Horner, so if he can get a decent hit or something, we might be able to score a run. That should be hittable. Come on, please drop. Please drop. It's not gonna drop. So that ends the inning. Now we have to rely on our pitching to end this game. And it looks like we have a chance to pretty much put the Pirates away right now because they have 2 outs. So Azuna is pretty much their last hope, but we gotta be careful because they do also have a runner on third. See if we can get him to chase a fastball up and out. He's not going after it. I don't want to give him anything like super easy to hit. So I'm kind of trying to pick around the zone. That's gonna be 2 strikes. So Ozuna is now down to his last strike, and I think he's gonna foul it off. I'm honestly just gonna go back to the fastball, but this time I'm gonna try and put it down and see if that can work out for us. He got it again. He does not want to go down, man. He knows the season is on the line. He's gonna work it to a full count as well, so this is gonna get interesting. The splitter did get him last time, So I'm going to try and go for the same pitch here, and that's going to do it. The Chicago Cubs are going to punch their ticket to the ALDS. And after simming through the rest of the wild card round, in the divisional series, the Cubs play the Braves, the Dodgers play the Phillies, the Mariners play the Rangers, and the Royals play the Blue Jays. And so far, it looks like the Phillies beat out the Dodgers, which is crazy. I thought they would definitely be back in the World Series, but apparently not. And then the Braves beat out the Cubs, and the Mariners swept Texas. So the Blue Jays are the Blue Jays and the Royals are the two last teams playing right now, and it looks like the Jays have a chance to end it in Game 4. Unfortunately for Toronto, though, it was all Royals in this game. They're gonna take it 6-2, so we're headed to a Game 5. And so far, it has been a crazy game. It is all tied up at 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning, so neither of these teams are gonna go down without a fight. That's just going to be a pop-up, though. So there's already 2 outs for the Blue Jays. So that's going to bring up Davis Schneider, who's pretty much our last hope to try and end it in regulation, because if we can't score in this inning, it's probably going to go to extras. I guess the bottom of the 9th doesn't count as extras, but if we can't score here, we're going to have to win it off of a walk-off, which is cooler. Don't get me wrong. Winning this game with a walk-off would be a lot cooler to see, but it's a lot less stressful when you don't need to rely on that. That's going to be 2 people on base now, man. We actually may have a chance to score here. Like, out of nowhere, we're kind of putting together a solid inning, and that is going to bring up Okamoto. He has arguably been the best player on Toronto. He has been definitely their best hitter, so if anyone's hitting a home run, it's probably going to be this guy. We have 2 strikes in the count right now, though, so I got to be careful with what I chase here. Oh, man, it's not getting through. That is going to end the inning. I couldn't square it up. So that really sucks. And after that, the Royals ended up scoring a run. So Toronto is down to their final out in the 9th inning right now. But if Vladdy can hit a homer, that would also walk it off, because we do have a runner on base. So there's really nobody else on this team that I would one up in a situation like this. I definitely trust Vladdy to do something. I think he just ended it, though. It was a good shot, but it's not going far enough. So it looks like the Royals are going to beat out the Blue Jays, which will send Kansas City to the ALCS. So obviously, in the ALCS, the Royals are going to be taking on the Mariners. And then you already saw this, but the NLCS is Phillies versus Braves. And it looks like both teams are in Game 6 right now. It's 3-2 for Kansas City and 3-2 for the Braves. So the Phillies and Mariners are currently fighting for their lives. And it looks like this game between Philly and Atlanta has been crazy, but the Braves have a chance to end it right here. It's 7-6 in the 9th, so the Braves oh, hold on, let me lock in real quick. That was not a great pitch, but yeah, as I was trying to say, the Braves are 1 out away from a trip to the World Series. That's gonna be strike 1. I'm gonna see if I can get him to chase something down low, and it looks like he's not taking the bait, so I'm gonna try and put one a bit outside and see if that can work, and that is gonna have them down to their final strike. So I'm just gonna try and end it off with a fastball up and in, and that is I'm challenging that. I honestly feel like that was in. Didn't hit, though, so it's a full count. I'm gonna try and get him with another fastball here. Hold on, I don't want to get repetitive, but I feel like these fastballs usually work out for me, and that was close. He almost had the base hit, but he's gonna get thrown out at first, which will send the Atlanta Braves to the World Series. And in the ALCS, it looks like Kansas City did end up beating Seattle 4-2. So the World Series is Atlanta versus Kansas City. And as you can see, it is going to Game 7. So I'm not even going to play in this. I'm just going to let whatever happens, happens. I'm not taking control of the team. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting end to this one, because the Braves are winning 2-1 in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out, but Kansas City has 2 runners on right now. So if they can get a base hit or something, that will probably end up scoring at least 1 run, which would send it to extra innings. And they have Bobby Witt Jr. at the dish as well right now, man. So there's not one single player on that team that you would rather have in this situation. It's a full count as well. So the Royals are either going to be down to their final out, or they're going to have loaded bases, and it looks like Bobby Witt Jr. is just going to pop it up. So Kansas City is down to their final out, and it looks like Pasquantino is going to be their last hope. So this guy really needs to find a way to get a base hit or something. It would be insane if he found a way to hit a homer here. Like, that would be absolutely mental right now. But it's a 2-1 count. I'm kind of hoping for some action here, man. I'd like to see a base hit, and that's going to happen. Are they going to send the runner home as well? He's gonna be safe, so Kansas City's gonna tie the game. So now that is gonna bring up Salvador Perez. There's still 2 outs, so he's gotta be careful, but another... Oh my God, he hit a home run. I was just talking about how crazy it would have been if someone actually did that, and he's gonna come out and do it. So out of nowhere, the Braves are on the ropes. They were 1 out away, and the Royals came back to take a 3-run lead. This is a crazy game, man. And now it looks like it's the other way around. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it looks like, yeah, that's not going anywhere. He's just gonna pop it up to end it. So the Royals are gonna pull off a crazy comeback to win the World Series. What a run for Kansas City, man. If you told me at the start of this video the Royals would win the World Series, I would have thought you were nuts. The Royals were definitely not on my bingo card, but you saw the comeback. They earned it. So as you guys can see, to end off the video, Bobby Witt Jr. and the Kansas City Royals are your World Series champions. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down below. I'll try and get to as many of them as I can. I'm thinking about posting some NBA 2K on this channel, so if you're into that, definitely let me know down below. And while you're down there, check out my socials. I got my TikTok, Instagram, and my main channel where I post Madden, all linked in my description. So if you're into Madden, definitely check out my main channel. But other than all of that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.